so than just music, I'm interested in sound as a more kind of a wider framework, but also about how humans interact with sound. When I first heard Alice Coltrane's Ashram albums, which is this small body of work that she was self-publishing through her ashram in Agora Hills, was completely a revelation. It was really a portrait of her spiritual transformation, but a spiritual transformation that was very much her own thing, but welcoming others into it. I first went to Alice Coltrane's Sayanantam ashram probably in 2013. Alice Coltrane and John Coltrane, as a couple, were on a quest, a spiritual quest, and their time together on this earth was actually really short, but they were zooming. I mean, both building a family, but also their kind of spiritual, musical, artistic quest was hyper speed. And so it makes sense that she was looking at his work as something that could evolve, and she was bringing something different to it, and she was layering things that they shared together. I mean, this idea of kind of spirituality and Eastern spirituality that was a shared kind of interest, they were layering that on top and changing it, and you've got this super heavy organ groove that was very different than what you hear on the Love Supreme on his album. And for me, I'm into the idea of experimentation. Like, I'm bored if something's not pushing the envelope, and Alice Coltrane was pushing the envelope so fast and so propulsive, you know, and the edits on the albums, they have a sway to them, a swagger to them, a beat to them that is so different than any other, not only any other spiritual music, but any other music that I've ever heard. So the ashram tapes and the different material we've broadcast on dublab on the radio stream, but we also make this available as an archive. So ashramtapes.com is this little world that people can experience and can freely enter into, see video, read text, images, hear music mixes. It's free, it's accessible, and I hope that people can have their own kind of journey with it. I don't come from a background that is like a deeply versed music background. I come from a background that I feel fortunate to have had opportunities to have intersected with musical moments, and musical moments that came out of poverty. Musical moments like, you know, my mom, a single mother who didn't have the means to give us certain things, had the motivation to seek the things that were accessible and free. So I was lucky to go to a lot of cultural events. So as a sonic explorer, for me, it's like, how can I bring all of these experiences and share this kind of like kaleidoscope of human experience through sound with others? For me, that's fulfilling. So when I co-founded dublab in 1999, it felt so fortunate to have the possibility to just set something in motion. So dublab is a non-profit internet radio station and creative arts collective that's really focused on music and more broadly sound. And the idea of future roots music was something that early on came up with because I wanted to not be pigeonholed by a genre. The legends and visionaries of music from the past are really there sitting side by side with the kind of next wave of sound creators, new voices, new ideas. Those new voices could be somebody in their 90s or it could be somebody who's 16 years old, but they're all part of this kind of this ever-evolving, you know, ship of music that continues kind of moving and enriching the world. For me, music is just an opportunity to kind of bring people together and to encourage people to be creative. And I think that in Cauleen Smith's exhibition, the different philosophies and spiritual teachings, cultural teachings, artistic, I mean, from Noah Purifoy to Alice Coltrane, I think a lot of what these artists and teachers and humans were about their personal growth, but also encouraging others to grow. And I think as a sonic explorer, as a radio DJ, community organizer, I'm interested in acting to inspire others to act.